Hi, everyone. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Ashley. I have a book coming out in June 20th of 2023 called Change Your Mind to Change Your Reality, How Shifting Your Thinking Can Unlock Your Health, Your Relationships, and Your Peace of Mind. And if you head over to changeyourmindtochangeyourreality.com, sign up for my newsletter. I will not spam you, but I will send you a free gift. It's this wonderful worksheet that is going to help you design, create, and manifest your dream life. And this is something that I do with my one-on-one coaching clients. It's got a lot of value and it's totally free. You can also follow me online on social media. So I'm at Change Your Mind with Chris with a K, on Instagram, on TikTok, and then Change Your Mind with Chris Ashley on Facebook. Of course, I'm on YouTube. I'm on everywhere you get your podcasts. So follow along with me, connect with me. I love connecting with all of you. So today, I am going to talk about 5 simple and lasting tactics that you can do to completely change your life. Now, if you do these 5 things, you will heal so much. You will level up. You will be able to get your dream life. And we talk a lot about the law of attraction, but what a lot of law of attraction teachers don't tell you is that if you don't do these 5 things, then it's going to get in the way of your manifesting. And chances are you're not going to be able to manifest as much as you would otherwise because these things can block your manifesting. And they are very real, very tangible things. So no woo-woo here. This is science. This is psychology backed. And it's really important. And whether or not you're trying to manifest your dream life, but why wouldn't you, right? Life is always seeking fuller, more expansive, greater versions through you. And you should go after your dreams, right? That's what I teach. But even if you're not doing that, if you have anything you're trying to heal, if you have any kind of relationships you're trying to repair, if you're trying to get more financial freedom or more success in your career, these 5 tactics are going to help you, or these 5, not tactics, but fundamental things that you need to work on. So let's get right to it. So the 5 are: reframe your story, release your repressed emotions, forgive everyone, including yourself, map out your dream life, so visualize your dream life, and then change your perspective. So let's do a little bit of a dive into each of those. And again, I have a course coming out. I forgot to mention that. I have a course coming out very soon. It's all recorded. It's just in the process of getting edited. And it is going to be a deep dive into very easy to follow exercises and steps that you can take to heal in all of these areas, to do all of these things. And it's simple, quick, easy hacks that are long-lasting and permanent. They get long-lasting and permanent results. So if you're interested, keep an eye out, sign up for my newsletter. I'll send you information on how to sign up for the course when it's out, probably in another month or so. So reframe your story. So many of us live in the past, right? And we focus on things that we've gone through and how they've maybe hurt us, how they've maybe been traumatic, how maybe we've been let down, how they create the life that we have now. And reframing your story is all about changing the way that you view the past, because if you can change the way you view the past, then it's going to affect your present moment. And that is going to affect how you manifest your future. So it's about getting out of victim mentality, stop blaming everyone else and other people and outside events and circumstances for your suffering, and learn to take responsibility for what's going on in your life, right? Because the things that have happened to you in your past are not your responsibility, right? Those are not your fault. The traumatic things, the things that happened to you are not your fault. That's very important. But your healing is your responsibility because there's no one coming to save you. You have to do it yourself. And we're here in the Earth School, right? We are here to learn lessons, to have experiences, and to learn and to grow. So reframing your past is about learning to see the lesson that happened in everything, and how you're growing from it and grow from it. So this isn't spiritual bypassing, right? It's not saying that something didn't happen. It's not trying to put that positive spin on it. Like, that's bullshit, okay? I am not one of those teachers that says always think positive, which is why we talk about feeling repressed emotions in another one of these 5 steps. But if you can learn to see the lesson in everything, then you will grow from it. You will level up. You will flip your perspective, reframe your story, flip your perspective on how you view the past. And more often than not, we focus on the past and the future. And so we miss the present moment. And the present moment is the only true time that really exists, right? We are living in an eternal now. So if your thoughts on the past are ones of anger or resentment or guilt or shame or rage or blame or whatever it is, if you have any of those, what we call low vibration emotions, you are going to bring those emotions into the present moment, and you are going to manifest more things into your life that make you feel that way. So only 5% of your life, you are consciously creating what you want. The other 95% of your life is coming from your subconscious programming, your core programming. And this core programming started way when you were a kid, right? Before the age of 7, it developed. And then every time you go through something traumatic, that kind of gets sunk into your core programming as well. So, it's the way your parents, your guardians talk to you, and their opinions, right? The opinions of the adults you grew up around, the kids that made fun of you on the playground, the sports coach that said you're not good enough. All these things start to form our lens, our belief system, and our core programming. And no matter how hard you try to manifest, you might have the best intentions in the world. Maybe you've read every law of attraction book out there. But if you do not change your core programming and rewire your brain, all that core programming is going to seep into your manifesting, and you're basically sabotaging yourself 95% of your day. So it's really, really important. And no matter how much you manifest and write positive mantras and do all the things and journal and create a vision board, unless you unlearn that conditioning that you learned, it's going to keep you stuck, and it's going to keep you from getting what you really want. So step number 2, the second fundamental step that you need to do to unblock yourself, is to release repressed emotions. So just take a moment and do this little exercise with me. I'll face sideways. So place your hands on top of each other. So your left hand with palm face up is going to be all of your metaphorical repressed emotions. Your right hand on top of it, palm face down, is going to be you pressing them down. So with all your might, I want you to press your palms together, press your palms together, press your palms together. In a moment, we're going to move our right hand on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What happens? Your left hand flies up, right? Because there's all that pressure still. And that is your metaphorical repressed emotions exploding out into the world. Now, these can get unleashed onto people that you love. They can get unleashed onto people you project negativity onto. They can get released onto someone in the grocery store that cut you off in line, right? And emotions are energy, right? They can be powerful. And when we push them down, they don't have anywhere else to go except into our body, where they become stuck and they become repressed emotions. And this energy doesn't just disappear, right? It stays there, and it blocks the flow of energy in your body. It causes your muscles to really tense up. It can turn into pain. It can restrict your blood flow. It can turn into disease, right? Disease is dis-ease. And again, it can bubble up to the surface at inappropriate times in inappropriate ways. So it can do you a lot of harm. You have to release your repressed emotions, or all that anger, that frustration, that heartbreak, that sadness, that shame, fear, anxiety, guilt. It's going to unconsciously drive your life. And again, it's going to seep into manifesting. So however old you are is probably pretty close to how many years you have of repressed emotion. So this is junk. You have to get rid of all this crap, right? You don't want this subconsciously affecting your life. So the next one, step number 3, fundamental step number 3 is forgiveness. And you have to forgive yourself and you have to forgive other people. And so many people say, oh, that person doesn't deserve my forgiveness. But here's the thing. Forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you. There's this really great Buddhist quote I love that says, holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. And this isn't about excusing anyone's behaviors, okay? This is merely reframing your perspective so that your perspective on the perceived wrongdoings of yourself and others in your life, so that you can release that anger, that frustration, that hurt, that guilt, that shame, whatever it is. So then again, you're not just living in this negative, toxic emotions, right? All of this stuff is poison, and holding on to poison only hurts you. And again, it's going to seep into your manifesting, right? It's part of your unconsciousness, right? And you can't, again, 95% of your day, you are being driven by that subconscious, that unconscious energy and emotions and belief system that you've created, your core programming. So until you forgive others and release all this and let it go, it is going to control your life. Because if your lens is one of anger, then that is how you are going to interpret events around you. It's how you'll interact with others. You'll project that out onto the world, and that anger is going to eat away at you, causing you harm eventually in the form of disease. Again, it's poison. You have to let go of that. Now, so many people think that forgiveness is really hard, but again, in that course that I was talking about, I teach you some really quick, easy ways to forgive. I also have a forgiveness meditation on this podcast. It's just a couple episodes back. Really recommend that. That's helped me a lot. Now let's see. Next one is visualize your dreams. So you need a goal, right? You have to have a roadmap, right? Because a roadmap tells you where you are now. So you have that baseline and it tells you where you want to go. But if you don't know where you want to go, you're kind of just floundering, right? You're kind of just living the life you were handed by default. So it's about taking life into your own hands, making life happen for you, not to you, not just being this casual passenger in your own life, and really taking the driver's seat in your own life. So I want you to take a moment and just close your eyes. And I want you to think about everything in your room that's brown. So just take a moment, think about your room, think about every single thing that's brown. Now open your eyes, look around. Is there anything else brown that maybe you missed? Maybe you thought you were like stretching to find brown, so you even thought about things that were like beige or maybe even like gray. Okay, now I want you to close your eyes again. And now I want you to picture everything in your room that's blue. A little bit harder now, right? You can open your eyes again. So energy flows where attention goes, right? What you focus on is what you are going to attract into your life. You're going to attract more of that. Now, this is the law of attraction, but even if you don't believe in that kind of stuff, this is a fundamental law of how our minds work, right? What you put your attention on is what you notice. So like, have you ever wanted a new car? Like the Broncos, right? The new Ford Broncos are super popular right now. And if you're focusing on that car you want, don't you see them everywhere? Like everywhere you go, someone seems to have a new Bronco because you've trained your mind to notice it. So when you train your mind to notice the things that you want, your dream life that you're visualizing and mapping out, then you're going to attract that thing to you. Now, the problem is most people focus on what they don't want, right? So that's what they get handed to them. So having a roadmap becomes really important because what you focus on becomes your reality. Now, the last one is change your perspective. And this is probably the most important one yet. Because if you can change your mind about who you really are and the nature of reality, then it is going to send ripple effects through every other area of your life. And it's going to make changing your mind and making all these other shifts so much easier. So changing your perspective, I have a lot of videos on this. If you go to my TikTok, I post videos about this all the time, my Instagram, my course, my book, my YouTube, my podcast. But you are in a school, okay? Earth is a school. And you are not really a human, but you are a soul pretending to be a human for a short period of time. You are here to learn lessons. You are here to have experiences. You are here to learn how to use the law of attraction, how to manifest things into your life. You're here to give your gifts to humanity. And then if you learn all the lessons you're meant to, in your next lifetime, when you reincarnate, you're going to go into another school. You're going to level up a grade. If you didn't learn those lessons, you're going to come back to Earth. You're going to reincarnate as a human again with similar people, similar situations, so similar circumstances until you learn the lessons that you're meant to. So, and that's like a very brief, like shortened version. I go into this in much more depth in other videos, but if you can learn to really change your perspective about that, it will change your life, because you're not going to take certain things as seriously. You're going to be able to let things roll off a lot easier. You're going to get your priorities a lot more straight. And it's just going to completely change the way you look at the world around you. So check out my videos on quantum physics as well. Those are really tie into all of this too. So if you can learn to do these 5 things, it will completely change your life. I've seen it change so many people's lives. It has changed my life as well. So if you're interested, check out my other videos, like, comment, share, follow me everywhere. Thank you so much for your support. It's so great to go on this journey with other like-minded souls who are open-minded and love learning about this kind of stuff. So again, I'm Chris Ashley. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day.